Hashtag release the Snyder Cut was something we continued to see over and over and over and over again. And there were so many people that used to talk shit about that. They'd be like, I don't know why you guys think petitions and hashtags are ever going to make anything happen. Well, they were fucking wrong. They were dead wrong. And I looked up that they spent like an extra $70 million completing this version of it to release on HBO Max. So people don't know what the fuck they're talking about as usual. And, you know, if you have a dream or if you have a passion, if you have a goal, set your fucking sights on it and be relentless until you get what you want, I guess. And here we go. Release the Snyder Cut. It happened. Now, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future with any other projects like this, but this opens up a completely different door. Now, I've read reports so far that Warner Brothers is like, this ain't going to spark shit. Snyder's out. We're not going in this direction anymore. We just want to give people the, you know, the shit that they wanted, this and that. But as much as I'm seeing, you know, the hashtag restore the Snyderverse, I don't know, man. You can't count it out. You can't count it out. I'm definitely not counting it out. And with as much love as this shit is getting, because almost every fucking fan I know loves this film, including myself, I don't know, man. They don't stick their nose up in money for too long, right? So we shall see. But as of right now, we are talking about the best and most different director's cut of all time. Hey, this is the biggest change in director's cuts history. I don't know a film that has a more drastically different film by changing, you know, over to a different director after the fact. Have you ever seen anything like it? I mean, look at the extended editions of Lord of the Rings or something. Yeah, those are phenomenal. But they just add to the film. You know, they change the film. They just add to it. This dramatically changes the film. I mean, it's night and day different. They are not the same films at all. Are there similar story beats or, you know, is the plot similar? Absolutely. Absolutely. We got the same setup. We've got the same thematical beats, such. But where this film far, far succeeds over its predecessor is in its character development and its motivation for everybody. Holy fuck, is this drastically different. I didn't know what anyone's motivation was in the Whedon cut, or as some people were calling it, the Justice League, which I thought was kind of cute. But it is incredible how drastically different this film feels because of the tone, the character development, and the motivations behind everyone and everything in the film. They cut out so much, it's remarkable and honestly very angering. The thing I remember most about watching this film, you know, as I saw it probably 4 or 5 days ago now, I just haven't had time to talk about it. And I've actually watched parts of it again a few times. But the thing I remember the most from my first viewing of this was that my brother and I were texting each other while watching it, and we were both just so angry at what Warner Brothers let get cut out of this film and what they let get released into theaters. Like, this is so much better than the 2017 version. It's fucking insulting. Now, would they have released a 4-hour film in theaters? Probably not, but 3.5, I don't know. But regardless. Now, probably, I would say the biggest positive change is the character development, namely in Cyborg and the Flash, but especially in Cyborg. Oh my god, in the 2017 version, Cyborg is throwaway, man. I didn't care. I didn't empathize. I didn't relate. In this one, the exact opposite is true. He is the heart of this movie. He's like the main fucking focus of this movie. He's probably, arguably the most important. I don't know. They all balance pretty damn well, but man, is he crazy important to the plot of this movie. And just the way they flesh out his storyline, the way they flesh out his dramatic beats, to compare to the other film is just a waste of time because there is no comparison. In this film, we get to know Cyborg before, during, it's just, man, it's just upsetting. I think that's what it is. I think I was kind of mad watching this, just being like, they've had this for 4 years, really? Like, I know they did some reshoots, and of course they had to add special effects, and $70 million is a lot of fucking work to it, but this is what they had. I mean, most of this they had. And they cut it all out? Like, imagine cutting Thanos out of Endgame and Infinity War. Like what? That's what it feels like. Darkseid is not mentioned or not shown in the 2017 version at all. Not one bit. He's the main villain of this fucking franchise. And he's not mentioned or shown. And in this version, he's shown a ton. He's mentioned a ton. He's the whole reason why Steppenwolf's doing what he's doing. They have a master plan. Like, man, it's angering. The way this film looks, because it's in that 4:3 IMAX aspect ratio, this film looks incredible. I mean, I was watching it just recently, a couple hour ago or so. I was watching it up on my dad's 4K TV, and we had a 4K streaming box and everything, and we put it up there. It was astonishing. It was remarkable. Honestly, it was just gorgeous to look at. It was stunning. It blew my mind. It looked so incredible. The CG is leagues better. And as I said, it's just oh my God, Cyborg's character. I cannot stress enough how much they've changed. Just the feel and the connection, and it's mind-blowing. It really is. It's crazy to me. And Barry Allen, the Flash, is so much better. All of his stupid jokes that don't work are taken out. All his humor and likability is put in this. And then we get that fantastic scene with him and Iris West. Oh, what a freaking funny, heartfelt, awesome sequence with amazing special effects and some cool shit I've never seen the Flash do. And then Superman in his black costume, and how that all plays out, how fucking badass he is in the very short amount of time that he's in the film. And Batman, Ben Affleck, is the best fucking Batman, man. It's seriously, he's so great. He's so great as Bruce Wayne and Batman in this. It's fantastic. And the Batsuit and all that stuff just looks amazing. Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Oh my God, Aquaman. There's so much tie-in to the upcoming Aquaman film that he would have been in, I think, a year after this, because this is set before Aquaman, and we meet Amber Heard's character, we meet freaking Willem Dafoe's character. Like, there's so much stuff going on under the sea. There's battles. Oh man, the fight with the Amazons versus Steppenwolf is 1,000 times better. It's really unbelievable, man. And I feel like this film's only going to get better every time I watch it. It's my favorite DC movie at this point, or DCEU movie at this point. I just think that it just tops everything I've seen in this franchise with the Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 1 and 2, which 1984 I did not care for at all. You know, Shazam, Aquaman, whatever. I Yeah, this is it. This is the pinnacle. This is the top of the mountain for me right now. And I don't think they're gonna make, unless they bring Zack Snyder back to do a Justice League 2 and 3. I don't think they'll top it. Not in this franchise. So, yeah, and God, I could just go on forever. I'm just thinking about like every scene in this film. Just thinking about like the addition of all these character moments that are cut from the film. Just these like dramatic moments with Lois Lane. The inclusion of Martian Manhunter, seeing a fucking Green Lantern, seeing this incredible flashback of Darkseid trying to come to Earth and take it over, and fighting all of these incredible fucking looking characters from the past. And I don't really have any complaints. I know there's some people that don't like the epilogue. They think that it just doesn't work, or this and that. To me, it's a tease for hopefully what's to come. I mean, even if I don't ever get to see a part 2, I don't care. I'm glad I got to see what it is. And of course, the exchange between Batman and Jared Leto's Joker is fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and by far the best Leto Joker anything. So I don't know. I could go on forever on this, I feel, and maybe one day I'll get to a spoiler discussion. That's not today, because I would need to take notes. It's a 4-hour movie. Holy shit, that would take a long time. That'd be a long ass video. But every character is stronger. Every character, on the good side, on the bad side. The way this movie looks is just, as I said, it's night and day. This is being the night, because this is so much darker and grittier in tone. The music choices are so much better. The score is so much better. The way the movie looks is so much better. The CGI choices, the character choice, the character development. There's nothing that this film doesn't improve upon. Nothing. It's 2 hours longer than the other version, and 90% of the film is different. It's not the same film, man. It's like and you just want to wash the 2017 version out of your mouth. You want to throw it in the trash, and you never want to see it again. I don't want to ever hear of it again. I don't ever want to see it again. I don't want to ever even hear it mentioned again. It's just pointless. It's a pointless film that shouldn't exist at this point. But there's going to be people who prefer that cut, and that's okay. I just don't see the argument. But this movie is very rated R. There's a lot of fucking blood. There's a decent amount of cussing, a lot of fucks being thrown around, one by Batman, which was kind of like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. And it was used very effectively and very cool. But yeah, very R rated, and just fantastic, man. Wow, what an incredible thing to happen. Honestly, that's what I just keep thinking about more than anything, is how incredible it is that we got something like this. This is not something you ever thought you were going to see. And to get it in all of its glory like this, for all the special effects to be finished, for us to get everything about what was going to set up the next films and all that stuff, to get all of that stuff, it truly is remarkable. And it's not something we're apt to see again anytime soon, but who knows? This could usher in a whole slew of director's cuts and stuff that we've always wanted to see. I vote for Blair Witch 2, please. Can I get the Berlinger cut? I'm gonna start hashtagging that. But yeah, I don't know what else to say without getting into spoilers and talk about it for another hour, but everything is better. The inclusion of Darkseid was so needed. Those flashback sequences, these big battles, The look of the film, the CG, the aspect ratio, like there's nothing that's not better. And as for some people who don't like the aspect ratio, I was actually kind of off put by it at first, but then someone mentioned something to me. It's like, well, if it was widescreen, you'd have black bars at the top and the bottom. In this one, you just have them on the sides instead. So it's, instead of being here, it's here, but you get a fuller, richer frame that goes all the way to the top of the screen. So I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that does make sense. It's kind of just a trade off. It's either that way or it's this way. It looks fucking great, man. It's such a beautiful film, man. I feel so lucky to have this, and I will definitely be picking up the 4K in, I think, May is what they said. So anyway, I kind of just went, I could have just made a 5-second video saying that this movie is better than the Whedon cut in every single imaginable way, and that's it. That's all I really need to say, because that's exactly what it is. But anyways, does anybody disagree with me? Does anybody prefer the Whedon cut? Does anybody give a fuck about this at all? I know some of you do, because I've been asked about this 100 times since making my Batman v Superman video. Like, come on, man, when am I getting that Justice League discussion? Well, here it is, and maybe I'll get into a spoiler discussion at some point. But for now, that's my thoughts on the film. Fuck you, Warner Brothers, for releasing the 2017 version. But thank you, HBO Max, for putting this into the world. Man, now we have a complete Man of Steel trilogy, and it's phenomenal. So, thank you, HBO Max. This was amazing.